Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, we're trying something a little different. We're having a conversation about dating apps. Yeah. So, I think I explained it in the podcast, but basically this is a study that JK had done a while ago about how good or bad or whatever various different dating apps were. A couple of people that I know have used dating apps. Paul Williams decided to join us, talk about his experiences. So yeah, it was a conversation about dating apps and whether they're good or bad. So if you're thinking about getting into the dating world and you're wondering whether to try a dating app, give this a listen, see what you think. So yeah, this is a Cookiecast dating app podcast. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and do it in sync this time. Flashing. Right, okay, it's podcast time. Let's do this.
Just on that last topic, isn't it like a thing that a guy was like, okay, where do I send someone? Where do I send my thing to air my grievance about this? Because you know those adverts that pop up on porn sites that say like, why are you watching this? Why are you watching this like this sad loser? When you could be having sex like this guy, and the guy said, that's a picture of me in the advert. Where do I go to complain about the fact that I'm the sad loser that's in this picture advert for this porn site or something like that?
Wow. And that's the opener to this podcast.
Well, at least it's on topic. That's more than Paul can usually manage.
True, it is on
topic. Paul
well, we don't know it's on topic because we don't even know what the podcast's about.
Yes, so we're talking about porn sites.
We're not
Paul's favourite.
Porn and where to find it.
Paul's favourite.
By Paul.
His favourite ads.
I'm going to list them in
alphabetical order, A to
by street.
Volume 1.
And that was a 72-hour podcast.
Oh God!
Me and Paul love doing a podcast that's really lengthy. We were like, we'll just do a quick half an hour on the NFL. Hour and 40 minutes later. We should probably wrap this up, Paul, because I don't think anyone
did we
would
say it
listen.
was going to be short?
Didn't we?
No.
I might have said it in my head.
Okay.
Today on Cookiecast, which if anybody watched the Euro Gamer special that we did, this is a completely different time. We've all changed clothes and we're all eating and drinking completely
cashews.
I mean, we didn't replenish the cashew nut bloody fucking stores.
Can't you replace it with popcorn stuff?
Crisps.
Oh, well, there you go.
There's some popcorn there.
No, you go for it.
Oh, you made the noise.
Is that his unbranded rum? Unbranded fruit-based unbranded fruit-based carbonate.
You obviously need to do more work at the gym. Can't open the bag of crisps.
I think I've picked up the wrong flavour. Because when I saw Serrano, I thought ham.
Serrano ham.
But it's chilli, isn't it?
Serrano chili. It's like, fuck!
Are they the really hot ones?
No.
Oh, we'll soon know.
They'll be spicy, but they won't be so spicy you won't be able to feel your face afterwards. There were habanero-based nuts in Asda
You trying to get them all in?
that I turned down.
Do you not like spicy things?
I've got nothing against spicy things. It's just that
If you would ask for a bigger bowl.
Epic,
If you were to
have bigger balls,
epic
man.
fail.
surely if you were to be offered Serrano ham or Serrano chili, you'd fucking snap the ham off their hands any day of the fucking week.
Well,
I
would. Personally.
You know what I love? When we're on topic.
On topic from the very start.
I mean, it's never happened, so I hope one day. But...
And Sam has no issues with it. Sam never mentioned it.
Andrew, control your players.
Andrew, control your players is going to be Sam's t-shirt. I have this fantasy where I get a load of t-shirts printed up, but it's really fucking expensive. But in case anybody wants to know, and buy a t-shirt, Paul's the back of yours is going to say Paul has autistic superpower? Football?
Football is Paul's autistic superpower.
My brother said you were a stat man.
Sam's is going to be Andy, control your players.
I do like a good stat.
JK's is going to be, I'm going to set it on fire.
I do want to do that.
Can it going to be a case of how many beers have I had today?
He's never said that before.
I've never asked.
Care.
No, that is.
Or
very
he
true.
does like setting things on fire, both in and out of character.
I thought we got to a stage where it was a case of you weren't allowed to podcast.
He's not allowed to podcast if he's had
beers,
more than
isn't
2 beers.
it? Right, okay.
Now, he's on his 3rd beer, but these are
They're
Diddy
small.
beers.
I mean,
These
they're
are...
basically
The
beers.
tiny babby beers.
Yeah,
They're baby
they're
beers.
little beers.
I mean, they're
what
even
about
called Corona.
baby back,
They're basically mini
Beer.
Corona. They are literally called miniature Corona.
That's fine. I'm happy with the mini.
Oh, in fact,
I think it's the last one.
oh no,
I know.
that's
Are you going to get
I'm
through?
going to try and make it last.
You've already been eyeing up that run.
Every time I hear it open, my ears go.
It sounds like there's none left. There's no run left. Go away. In fact, leave my house. That'll be gone by the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
So,
vowed not to drink today. That's gone.
So they are chili.
Got a bit
Oh,
smoke,
fuck.
oh, that's a good point.
They are
Yeah.
chili flavoured.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going
They
out
slow
tonight because I don't
down.
want to drink.
But then I was like, oh, there's a room
Oh,
right
but yeah, I've got
there.
all these idiots around my house and I hate them all. So I'm not doing that sober.
So anyway, you talked about keeping this on topic.
What was the topic?
We
Hey!
still haven't really announced.
Right. Okay. So let me get through the background and then we can go off topic again.
Alright.
Not really long time, quite a while ago,
Yeah,
you and I had a conversation where you were like, "Dude, definitely got a podcast subject for you."
Yeah.
Do you want to give I don't want to say the wrong thing, so do you want to give the background for that, and then I'll give more
yeah,
background why we're doing it now.
So, situation had changed in my life. Like, girls left, gone to another country, so I figure I'm on my own for a bit. So I'm like, oh, what shall I do? Shall I just go to a club, get myself a bird like the old way? Or shall I do what all the millennials are doing and, get on your dating apps? So I was like, right.
What are they doing?
So what
Not
I did
calling
was...
them birds anymore.
Well,
No,
so
but
what-
it's sweet avocados.
Right,
and
so
not
what I
buying
did
houses.
was got myself on all the dating apps, like loads of them, because I was like, this has got to be podcasted, and there are so many, and they're just awful.
So I hear
They're just awful.
I hear about
there was obviously Tinder, Plenty of Fish, fucking Badoo, I don't know.
I mentioned one to you the
suckmydick.com.
other day that you'd
There
never
was-
heard of.
Just that.
Bumble, is it? The way the
Bumble, baby!
Right,
Where there's
yeah.
Bumble, the one when women make
women
contact.
have to
Bumble,
message
yeah,
first.
I
Bumble
didn't
is the
find
best
that
one
one.
for that reason. So you match in exactly the same way you do on Tinder, but if you match, the match only remains valid for 48 hours, in which time the woman has to contact you to keep the match going. So it puts
Sounds
all the
perfect,
power
yeah.
in the woman's
But we're jumping ahead because what I want to do is I don't really know how these things work. The most I know is swipe left is something.
Yeah, I mean, like, so they all seem to now have like a premium that you can pay, and it does.
Shocker.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it. But what that does is it gives you stupid little things like you can, I don't know, send a lightning bolt, which means you really like that person, or you can swipe back if you like.
The dragon
that
armor
person's
set,
a
that sort of
moron,
thing.
but then you go, actually, maybe I like that person. I'll
the
switch back.
cat set.
So yeah, so you've got
Cat's
like
armor.
a rewind button on most of them. It's just those little gimmicks, but most of them, I would say 90%.
I'm already really confused.
90% of them can be done for free. So you just go on there, you
Which is
scroll
what
through
you
your
told me
birds.
a while ago.
Exactly.
I thought
And
that really
I-
made men pay. I thought that was because of the way that these things work. Obviously, things are massively skewed. So it's you pay men basically pay to give them better chances.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
From what
I
know,
wouldn't.
it's-
I wouldn't pay for them because I don't see that you. I can't really see the benefit.
So hang fire there. So this is a while ago. This is it's months ago.
Well,
You had this conversation. We've got to do this podcast. We've got to talk about the way that dating apps work.
yeah.
I said to you, very much like I'm going to say today, I have no knowledge. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they do. All I know is swipe left.
Or swipe right.
When
left is no and
when
right
was it
is
still courting when
So
you
that
were?
one since I used it.
I think left is
I was still
Beverly Lights
courting
and
back
right
in the
is
day.
wooing or
When I was
courting.
courting, there was no such thing as a dating app. Wow. I don't think there was a such thing as a
You just had to,
smartphone, if I'm
you
honest.
just had to
When
settle
one
for someone
was
you sort of vaguely liked.
40.
Well, you got to remember when I was back in the day, it
Didn't you
was
just
a
win around
dial-up modem.
Well, didn't you just have to win them by clubbing them over the head and taking them back to
Back to
the
the
cave?
cave, yeah, back in the day.
and a
when I
date
was-
to watch Will Shakespeare.
Yeah, back in the day when I was, doing that sort of stuff, it was, there were no smartphones. It was dial-up modem. It was, all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, dial-up modem.
not even
Dating apps
joking.
even existed back in those days.
Exactly. There were no smartphones. There was no,
But
Sam's favourite time of the internet, and
but there would have
The
been,
good internet as
Yeah.
well.
bear in mind though, there
Yeah.
would still have been like stuff like Lonely Hearts and stuff
Yeah.
in the newspaper.
Yeah, that was
Well,
newspaper
that was like
stuff.
the
Yeah.
newspaper.
But I would say that dating apps have also changed demographically.
Oh,
As
yeah.
in, back in the day, they used to be for losers to meet other losers on the internet. In the good old days of the internet, the good internet. as we
That
call
is
it.
very
The
true.
good
what you're
net.
saying.
But then everyone and their dog got smartphones and the internet went terrible. And that's when normal people got on dating sites and ruined it for everybody.
so like I said,
Are you ever going to go to normal people?
when
then?
Sam used to love the internet. Oh, and he doesn't like the internet.
No,
Anyway.
he doesn't like it.
So
Shunned it.
Oh,
the
no, I
reason,
almost never got on the internet.
pretty sure you were like, can you not come round? Can you not come round till later? I've got a lot of shit posted on the internet to do.
You say as though that's it wasn't an obligation. Someone had to shit post on the internet.
and if you don't do
If I
it,
don't do it, then I
who will?
can't. Someone, the internet may go unshit posted for like 2.
It's like if
3
Panas
minutes.
doesn't turn up to work, the building might burn down.
It might. But there is a high
We've got no evidence that it won't. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
Maybe it wasn't Ghost.
Could be
Hey,
ghosts.
he wasn't in the building tonight. It wasn't even 8 o'clock.
I don't think he's worked past 6 this week, has he?
Nope.
That guy has absolutely no commitment whatsoever.
Scumbag.
I was in the building past him. I think both. I think all the days, in fact.
The only way to describe him is a pair of shit-stained balls.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Jesus Christ.
To give-
Wow.
to give the relevance of why we're doing this now, I listen to certain podcasts. Largely, the reason that some of the reasons I do a podcast, we do a podcast, is off the back of my love for podcasts. Some of the podcasts I listen to, big shout outs to Joe Rogan, Kevin Smith, Bill Burr. Bill Burr does like an agony aunt section, and had somebody write in who was a girl from England. Bear in mind he's an American comedian based in America, lives in Los Angeles. A British girl, 23 years old, wrote in when I had really strict parents. Now my brother's got married, my parents aren't as strict anymore. How do I go about getting out there in the dating world? So he put it out to the podcast listening people to come back and go, why don't you guys answer this one? So loads of people have written in, but he's only relaying the stuff that the women talk about. And in there was numerous conversations about dating apps. And I'm like, in the gym, listening to this podcast going, shit, we're going to miss our window. So I'm on to you going, remember that podcast you wanted to do about dating apps? Now is the time.
Dating apps are pretty much a sweet shop for women. Because they hold all
Brew
the
York for you.
I love Brew York. I don't like dating apps.
Shout out to Brew York.
Shout out to Brew York.
Brew York
Sam
is
loves
the
it.
best.
Super hipster.
New beer hall, awesome.
Yeah.
There were no hipsters there when we went there.
No, not
Spoilers,
one.
it's full of hipsters.
But there are 40 beers on tap.
40?
And,
Yes, that's right.
and some of there's a jalapeno beer.
There
That,
is.
that sounds absolutely hideous.
It's super hipster.
I can't wait to taste it.
Do you know there's those times that you guys are drinking and every now and then somebody will say, "Oh, Andy, do you want a drink?" And I'm like, "No, I'm alright, sir." Tuesday night it was every 13 seconds. Try that. Go on, just try it. Go on, try it. Go on, try it. Like I'm good, thanks. No. Try it. I'm fine. Just have a sip. At one point, was it Ed going, have a sip, taste it, and then spit it in this glass? Like,
That's
I'm,
his
Like
exact
a
that's
wine,
something again.
like a wine
I'm
taste.
good. I'm good, thanks. Although that coffee one, that coffee
Smell good,
stuff,
right? It smell good.
Wrenching this back on topic.
go.
I was saying that I was saying before is that because let's face it, men are much thirstier than women. the whole thing is so.
Still talking about beer.
The whole thing is so heavily skewed towards women. And we were talking, and we were saying, you know, men have to pay on these apps. Well, they don't have to, but they generally do if you want any.
Is that true?
I think he has.
Is that not?
I didn't feel like.
I've heard something about that before where. I think
Is that true?
I don't think
feel
it's the
like
same anymore, but I think there was
basically,
a time.
if you pay, the algorithm will make you more likely to be seen.
I think that's true. Yeah, you get more popular.
Yeah.
Like it boosts your popularity.
You're more likely to be seen.
They put you out there more.
But is it just for men?
Yes, absolutely.
No, that's a brand of
Stuff.
Fuck off.
The other thing you missed the other night was him telling me to shut the fuck up and he tried to slap me.
I did no such thing.
Tried to slap me.
Violent Sam.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I am legitimately gutted I missed out on this night though.
So the reason we four kings are gathered here tonight is because you want to talk about your experiences, your wonderful experiences with dating apps, and what a great time you had in the world of dating apps.
I should point out at this stage, I didn't actually date anyone off the dating apps.
Why would you find that out now? You ruined the spoilers.
Because I feel I should put that in there.
I still want to hear about them.
Oh yeah.
So I'm here because it's my fucking podcast. Paul dating app Williams has used the dating apps, and I believe there was some actual dating.
So, I have used them in the past. I have dated people that I've seen on the apps and matched with, and I am in a relationship with someone that I met on an app.
Wow.
But there's more of a story there.
But we did know each other when we were 18,
Yeah.
so
you kind of cheated then.
it was like a reconnection.
You just kind of hooked up with somebody you already knew. They just happened to be on an app.
Well, no, because I wouldn't have reconnected.
It's the
with
pina
them unless
colada
it was
song.
through the app.
If you like pina coladas, and Sam is here.
Because I love horrible dating stories. The thing is, I'm not going to go on a dating app. It's completely pointless. I've got a face like a melted welly. It's just not worth
it. Self-deprecation.
It's honestly, this is the point
Sam,
where
that is not true.
you know,
There is a melted welly-faced girl out there for you.
I'm horrified that might be true. I don't go on these apps. They're not for me. They're not for my.
It's a no for.
They're not for my kind.
To be honest, after the end of the experience, I'm not sure what kind they're really for.
But I have had friends who I will not name who have had some great dating experience, and I loved hearing them. I was just like, oh, I had a terrible day. It's like, let me pull up a chair.
Get the popcorn.
Let me get the popcorn. Tell Uncle Sam about a horrible date you had. Because nothing made me feel better inside than hearing a fucking awful date with some horrifying swamp donkey from the internet.
Donkey! Oh, Sam. The words that fall from your beautiful
I have to say,
mouth.
lightning struck bog trotter did come up a few times.
Lightning struck bog trotter.
I was just like, what is...
Wow. Right, who wants to start? You start. This is
Okay,
yours.
so I can honestly say I met the entire cast of Shrek at least once.
Even donkey.
Ozzy Osbourne was definitely on there. Jimmy Page was probably on there. Iggy Pop was definitely on there. And I put like an array of ages in to see what
Did she at least have lustrous hair like Iggy Pop?
yeah, actually, there were a lot of pictures of dogs and cats
like a wind
on there.
beaten cliff.
So you probably should go through because you were doing it as an experiment. You weren't genuinely
It was a bit of both. It was
little column A, little column B.
It started off as a genuine thing. I was like, I'm going to get on the app and see. But then when I realised how terrible it was, I was like, I'm going to get on all the apps and see how bad this can be.
And like you were just saying, you did a bit of a combination of, well, I'll put this age in, I'll put that age in, I'll put these likes in, I'll
see
put
what
that.
you get.
You were trying to narrow it down and broaden it in certain situations. Right. So go through a few of those so that anybody who's thinking of...
Okay, so my profile was generally the same each time. It was like, bloke, got a job, this age, all cool. I'm a normal guy, like, let's go out, have a laugh, have a few beers, blah, blah, blah.
I have to specify, I'm totally normal, yeah.
So totally normal guy. So,
hobbies include reading, going for walks,
swimming, playing badminton, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Eating strawberries during the tennis. Anyway, so because I think Wimbledon was on at some point, so I kind of updated it. But what I found was that most women, the one thing that puts me off straight away is 25-year-old girl with 9 kids. My kids are my world. Why the fuck would you put that on your profile? I don't want your kids to be your world. I want my dick to be your world.
To be fair,
that's what I want.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in your kids.
You can't be annoyed with that one because at least they're being upfront.
I will say they are being
upfront to me.
about it.
I'm happy to be lied to.
Lie to me.
It's Tinder, man. Like, I'll make my choices after. If after we had a couple of dates,
if you're
and
going to be
I'm
picky,
like,
you're never going to find you Tinderella.
well, I didn't find my Tinderella because there were too many. I've got 57 kids, and you know.
I mean,
so a lot of
they're the most important thing to me. Which I don't have an issue with that in itself.
No.
Obviously, if people have got kids and that's their thing, that's great. But I wouldn't want that as my.
A lot of the conversations you and I had at those early days was, and I think that this is a valid point, and I still think it's a valid point now. A lot of those conversations were, so this woman, I've been talking to this woman. She's got 4 kids, and she's saying that she's decided it's time to get back out there and do the dating thing.
But
so
it's
you're
completely
saying,
unavailable.
Oh, right, okay, so when can you meet up?
Yeah.
Oh, anytime. I can meet up anytime.
Right.
Anytime. Right, okay, what about tomorrow? I can't do tomorrow.
Exactly.
What about Saturday? I can't do Saturday.
So what I got was...
What about Sunday?
I can meet you up... so bear in mind, we're in like June. I think I got a date free October 28th. I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to be a bit late for me. I can't guarantee that, you know, I'll still be on this date site. But, you know, anytime you're free is good. And at first I thought maybe I'm being fobbed off.
You know, I understand they do come first.
Right.
But on the other hand, is Tinder the right avenue for that? Sort
And that was the point. So that's where we were getting.
Because as I went through the various apps, I did stumble across one which I didn't join, but it was for single guys and girls that have got kids.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's an advert at the moment on TV where. I can't remember which app it is, but basically, if you want to go on a date, you'll get like 2 hours free babysitting. This site pay for it. I think it's that. Which is kind of cool.
It's good.
So they are out there, but like when you're looking at things like Tinder and Plenty of Fish and all that kind of stuff, the criteria seems to be. There's a lot of girls out there with kids, and they're
Tinder is a hookup app. Everyone knows
exactly. It's a hookup app, and so why would you go on there looking for more? I'm like, you just want to go.
Why would you go for looking for something? You would have gone to Tinder for I'm looking for a stable relationship.
Exactly.
Can,
so for me, what Tinder
possibly
is,
the father to my kids is like not the right.
For me, what I found about Tinder was things like if you're out on the piss one night and you just reduce your like area to a mile radius, and you just basically put the sonar out to say I'm available for sex. and then it works in all the countries. And somebody told me...
It works in all the countries.
Yeah, it works in all the countries. Somebody told me they were in Ibiza not that long ago, and they put out the Tinder thing, and it was basically like flies around shite. They were there like... It was like ping, 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 and loads of people were just up for it, and this kind of worked. So I tested it when I went to Luxembourg, and I was like, what goes on here then? I was like, wow, this is great. Because there were like just loads of people. And that works. But when I got to England... It was like, I'm looking for a stable relationship. I'm available a week from Thursday. So I was like, that's interesting.
So Sam's point would be very valid. Tinder's probably not the forum.
No, exactly.
But it is the right forum for Ibiza.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed I didn't go to Ibiza and use it.
Also, you're through York.
Because that should have been my Tinder.
Can't imagine York. York is a bit upmarket, isn't it? So.
There were some nice girls on there. There's no doubt there were some nice pictures on there.
Are you saying get yourself over to St Helens for a night out?
No, I mean you should never go.
Volunteer.
I mean, unless your train is like
on fire
attacked by bandits. Just keep on going. Just keep on going to Liverpool and Sam. Not stopping it. Don't stop.
Look at the pain in his face.
there's 3 faces in St Helens, and everyone's got a limp. It's just the worst. It's just a shit.
So if you're on
town,
Tinder
they're
in
all the
St
same.
Helens, you should probably not be on it.
You know what? While I'm at it, Wigan's shit, Windus is shit, Warrington's shit. Basically, you know the whole of the northwest, bollocks.
The best. Sorry, I'm just spotting you there. The best thing about this is that all you're basically just doing is just right. Pick a northern town that has a rugby league team. Shit.
You know, it has rugby league and nothing else. So I've got this rugby league ground and this miles of wasteland and these burning bins. That's all we've got in St
Mad
Helens.
Max would be well
Well,
out.
that's the thing. It's like playing like a Fallout game. It's this reminds me of home. The Raiders. You've got the dying of radiation.
Ogres.
Oh, it's just. If you cut off the northwest and Wales, look for Wales in there as well. Just let it sink into the Irish Sea. It just. I know it'll be that sad. All of Wales can go. Wales is just an extension of the northwest, really. Like Liverpool goes straight into Wales. Shall we talk about dating apps again?
He's on the floor. He's done. Man down. Man down.
Oh God. I think he's ready for some sort of coma. Oh God.
I feel like I should point out I've had a shit.
I feel I should point out I've ridden
16 glasses
I
of
have
rum.
ridden shotgun every minute of
Oh
it.
my God. Oh Sam, please do some form of stand-up comedy.
Sam, please keep drinking.
Just would be amazing.
So,
Oh God.
Tinder, probably not.
So Tinder was, entertaining.
I'm sure it works for its
But
intended purpose.
it's a fuck up.
So,
Well,
it's a hookup app.
If you took a straw poll of 9 out of 10 average Tinder users, how many were going to just say, yeah, I'm basically on here to meet some cock?
Well, I mean, that's it. Is that like both sides of the fence?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely a hookup
Yeah.
app. No one's under any illusions to
No,
what Tinder is
people
for.
don't go on Tinder expecting to meet long term.
I would argue, the only thing I would argue is if
Both sides of the fence.
if you're an average or not so average looking guy, don't go on Tinder. It's a waste of your time. There is no point. When I say it's a sweet shop for women, that's what it's for. Women have all the power on the app. If you're a good looking guy, it's a sweet shop for you too.
You can get some good hits. But Tinder I have the most.
But if you're looking for
hits,
something else,
definitely
go somewhere else.
Not the place for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Plenty of Fish seemed to be the.
So you were quite into Plenty of Fish.
Yeah, because
seemed to think?
it was quite entertaining, and there was some interesting profiles on there. You have to put a bit of work in. You've got to create like a proper profile.
Yeah.
You've got to write shit about yourself. So
Like a
But they don't
story.
read that shit.
like a story.
Like a
You'd be
story.
surprised. You'd be
Well,
surprised.
because I was testing
It's probably like
the
a
app,
dirty
I was
limerick.
obviously reading the stories. So some of the stories were like, "This is my lifestyle," so you just swipe no, because they've got horror stories in there, and you're like, "Well, I don't know if this." It felt a bit more sometimes like a psychology app, like this is where I've been, and this is the road I've been down, and it's been a really dark
Is it a bit
time.
American Psycho?
And
sometimes?
I fucking hate men, but I feel I should, just get back out there.
Oh,
And I'm
sounds
like,
perfect.
Swipe no. Which was that was
forgotten about
that was about one of the times when I think Ozzy Osbourne sent me a picture. I thought it was Ozzy.
So
but
it's a
it
man-hating Lady Ozzy Osbourne.
Say
It
all
was,
suits.
it was, I'm pretty sure I showed you the picture of Ozzy, did I not?
You would not believe the sheer amount of people that are on those dating websites where it's like all men are wankers.
I mean, they're right.
Don't
You don't need to
even know why I'm on here.
Yeah, I got that a lot. I saw that a lot. Don't even know why I'm on here, but
Why
I
I'm
feel
on
I should get back into it, in it.
Or there was the ones where it's a case of don't bother messaging me because I'm not going to message back. What?
Why go through the time and effort of setting the profile up?
Precisely. So I wondered this for a while.
I'm actually genuinely confused as to what
Yeah. So that was.
Is it psychology or something?
You know how
Well, this is what I said,
Sam
it
hates
became like a
certain
bit of
aspects of The Witcher because it's just busy work.
Yeah.
Don't make me do it.
That was there was a lot of busy work on Plenty of Fish.
Did you have to blow up monster nests in Tinder?
I felt that I was going to get attacked by
Pick
some
a load of
monster
flowers.
nests. I mean, like I've said to you, I hate the statement punching above your weight.
Yeah, you're not a fan of that.
I hate this statement. That said, I did feel a few times that people were punching above their weight.
You don't like that phrase?
I don't.
What's wrong with the phrase?
He's not
It's
that
a
phrase.
phrase. I mean, everybody can kind of try and go for what they go for, and you get what you get, which is cool. And if it works out, it works out. It's not anyone's business to go, hey, you're punching
It's
above
fair
your
to
weight.
say,
If
you
you're,
look at some
if you're a grim little
relationships-
man and your bird's hot, or you're an ugly bitch and your guy's cool, like, that can happen. So I don't like it when someone then goes, oh, you're punching above your weight, mate. Look at your bird. How's that happen? I don't like that. But I did feel a few times.
You know.
I mean, I had a couple of Klingons that tried to contact me, and I was like, I'm not part of the Klingon Empire. Why? My profile picture doesn't make me look anything like a Klingon or a Ferengi or any of those other fucking weird creatures. And yet, the Shreks still came out. And,
Wow.
yeah, and I was like, how does this happen? So I was like, maybe they're just trying their luck, but there's nowhere on my profile that suggested I'd be interested in Iggy Pop, the female version, and that did feel a bit punchy.
I'm sorry, Jim.
Felt
I
a bit
think you're being a
punchy.
bit harsh there.
Well, I don't mind.
You can't go on a dating website and expect to not get people who find you attractive and think they might have a shot with you sending you a message.
Are you saying that you find it insulting that Shrek would even consider your...
I mean, it was. If I was a geezer that found it really hard to converse with women and get dates and stuff, I think it would be demoralised. I think you'd be like, wow, I'm never going to get anyone.
The thing is, a lot of men on dating apps don't even get anything. It's just a complete wasteland of nothing.
Yeah.
So I felt
getting a
that
message at all is
I
frankly.
felt quickly that it would be depressing. I'd just be like, wow,
Wow, it does
is
surprise
this,
me that dating
is,
apps
is
are
this what I get? Is this all
Imagine a bundle of
am I only good for bots and grandmas?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that's the point in it. I mean, like if you're going on dating websites in the first place, you're probably not entirely happy with your lot.
I disagree.
Yeah, but no,
I would say, I would
true.
say, back in the days of the internet, the good internet, that was true. But these days, everyone uses dating apps. It's
Exactly. By the way we
absolutely
socialise,
Yeah.
that's what you do, isn't it? People socialise that
Yeah,
way.
but that's just because the entire world has gone social media first.
Exactly.
Human
So
interaction
that said,
It's a hell of a lot
if
easier
I
to
got
push people.
continually hit up by grandmas, I'm like, why am I only getting hit by grandmas? My criteria says I don't want to go out with a grandma. Like, read my fucking profile, right? Like, firstly, you can't be asked to look at my profile and read what I want. That fucks me off. So you've just, right, that's annoying. You haven't got the time to do that. So that pisses me off. Secondly, you look like a Klingon. Come on! Like, get with the program. That's, and that was one of my things.
There was a semi-hot Klingon from Star Trek Voyager.
Is that
And that's why I don't go on dating apps.
the weird woman? The semi-hot Klingon.
She was a half-sick Klingon.
She was, yeah.
She
that's
was,
true.
you know.
So, you did Plenty of Fish
Yeah.
as well.
So back in the day,
The day.
plenty of
I'm going to come across as really hard.
Plenty of Fish was basically. So the way that Plenty of Fish worked was that it was the main one that you could really use because it was free to use, but it was quite in depth. So like James said, you got to make your profile, you got to put stuff on there.
Okay.
It wasn't limited in the way that Tinder is limited. You only get so many swipes per day.
Chili crisp?
Okay.
You can swipe left as many times as you want, but if you swipe right to say yes, you only get so many yeses.
Do you
in a
get
day.
more if you pay?
Yes.
You don't.
You do, yeah.
So you only get so
That
many
makes sense.
free yeses.
Yeah.
The thing is, I can understand it's got to have some sort of business model attached.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
not just a free.
Yeah, they're not out there
Well, Plenty of Fish.
for the goodness of their
I
heart
think-
trying to hook
I
I
think
people
think
up.
Plenty of Fish is 40 quid for 3 months.
That's pretty reasonable, honestly.
That's still over a tenner a month.
There's nothing better than making money off other people's misery.
That seemed
The
expensive.
whole
Like any
world
good
is built
solicitor.
off making money off other people's misery. At least it has the chance of
Making
making
you happy.
someone happy.
Yeah, there is that.
When you pay 15 quid a month for World of Warcraft, that's never made anyone happy.
Burn, shots fired. So,
Shots fired.
there's two things I want to bring into this. One, you've already mentioned, is the bots thing.
Yeah.
I mentioned Sam earlier today. There's the women that are just there to get money.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Again, be honest about it though.
The bots thing is I got inundated by those.
So
Literally
what
inundated.
are the bots?
So basically, you get a hit from, like, it's not even a name. It's like fucking Carly X9991 wants to meet you now, and then you'll get a message that says, "Oh yeah, meet me now. Come onto WhatsApp. We can chat."
Okay.
But then when you go onto the profile, you read the profile, and it says, "I'm only going to be on here for like an hour. Then I'm gone. So meet me on this." And then if you follow it, which we didn't, but I checked it out on the internet after. If you follow it, it basically leads you onto what I assume is an escort service. So there are loads of those.
Again, at least there's some honesty in an escort service.
Yeah. But again, I feel that
Depressing though if you're dating your house.
exactly. It's very depressing thing when the only person that's hitting you up is bots. You're like, well, wow. Especially imagine you're a premium payer. You're already paying your 40 quid every 3 months, and the only person that hits you up is Carly X9499, who's a robot and probably isn't a Carly at all. Is probably a Dave. And you're like, what the fuck? And you go out trying to get whatever you're going to get. You're not going to get what you're paying for. All this, oh yeah, within a 1 mile radius, MILFs want to fuck you. And you're like, do they though? Do they?
As you said though, Andy, it's preying on people's desperation. But on the other hand,
also as well.
But I feel that that is something that the companies need to regulate. That should be.
we should be better at
regulated.
getting rid of bots.
Yeah, that should be
You
regulated.
did raise that quite a lot at the time.
Because it wasn't
that we
just
were
1 or
talking
2 hits every couple of weeks. This was like 5 or 6 every day. And I'm like, this is a lot of bots.
And your point was, people who are less savvy about these things are going to get caught
Of course
out.
they are.
Yeah.
And if you're a desperate geezer, you're going to be like, wow, look at her, she's well hot, bling. And by the time you've realised
no one
it's
is so.
You'd think that, Sam, but there are some,
They're-
painfully single people.
Because
out there
otherwise
that
all
just go,
these things
"Ooh,
would be
shut
out of
it,
business."
interested."
Of course they'd be gone, wouldn't they?
But if you're that painfully single, you must think, well, this makes no sense.
Maybe, but then it
So-
depends how far down the desperation.
What were the ones that just
I guess
wanted
so.
money?
What apps?
No, didn't you say you got into a conversation
Yeah,
with...
so how it works is, so some of the bots out as like they're not as blatant.
Oh
as that.
yeah,
You'll
the
get
girl in
connection.
Ireland.
You'll get connections
Yeah,
with
yeah.
people, and what it'll do is it'll say, "Hi, really liked your profile, blah blah blah." So it sounds like a regular question.
Okay.
So you'll go back and forth, and then it'll sort of like they'll go in with the sort of the slightly leading dirty question.
See, I didn't even get that. Mine was not as
To which you
interesting.
sort of obviously have the little sort of
There was no dirty talk. Otherwise,
you have the little sort of like dirty talk back and forth, and then it comes to it.
I don't know what's my tale.
And then it'll come to a case of, oh well, if you want to see more, click on this link, and it's like, I've been bought.
See, I didn't even get that. Right, there was no link. So what happened was, this girl that was, I think she was 28, something like that, based in London. So I was like, well out of my area, but I was like, well, whatever. So she clicked, she liked me. I had already clicked I liked her before because I'd seen the profile, and it was like, she looked alright. She messaged me, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? And this went on, and she stayed on the thing for ages, because normally these bots, they tend to be on there for like a couple of hours. They put their shit out and then they go. But she stayed on there. And so for a few days I was chatting to her, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is interesting, where's this going? And then she's like, at the moment I'm about to fly to Dublin because I'm going to do this, that and the other. This is my job, I'm a web designer, some shit like that. I was like, okay, cool, right, whatever. The pictures kind of seemed to tally up with what she might have done as a job. That all worked. Got to about 2 weeks in of random kind of conversations. At this stage, no dirty talk. There was nothing sexy in it, which was a bit disappointing, I suppose. Might have been taken in a bit more. But it was just like interesting chit chat. And
Right.
she was like, oh yeah, well when I get back from Dublin, it would be cool if we can meet up if you're ever in the south. And I was like, yeah, I sometimes go to the south, blah, 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 blah. Then, about 2 days after she got to Dublin, she was like, so I had my business meeting today, and it's kind of gone a bit south. And I was like, oh, well, you know, what happened with it? Because she'd been talking about this expansion she wanted to do. And she was like, oh, well, the business guys want X amount of money, and I've looked at my bank and I don't have enough to put forward.
Jesus.
So I said to her, well, why don't you just go to the bank and like get a loan if you got a business? Oh, you know, if you could send me 500 quid, that would be, you know, that would really help me out.
I mean, that's a long con.
And well, exactly, which is why it was really good. So, and I was like, well, I'm not going to send you 500 quid, am I? Because,
The thing is, that's how these work.
Who does that? And she was like, well, and what I said to her was, but good luck with that. Like, and she was like, yeah, I'll let you know.
But there's loads of fraud.
That was it after. Then her profile was gone.
But there's loads of fraud based on people, you know, sort of exploiting people's loneliness. So it doesn't surprise me. And they tend to go for the long haul. It's just like, you know, they build up a friendship and then just like, oh, can you say that? I just need, you know, this amount of money, and it gradually escalates.
I mean, I've heard about it. I wasn't massively surprised when you were talking about it. But at the same time, I was a little surprised.
Yeah, it was a good couple of weeks.
Wow.
Like, the bots are blatant.
What a waste of time.
So, yeah, I was just
Because
like...
to me, that's not a bot.
Yeah.
That's somebody at the other end.
Yeah, that was a person chatting.
That was a person trying to defraud you.
Who will have been talking to 100 other people.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately,
There'll be someone.
one of those 100 people
Probably gave
just
up
paid their
500
rent.
There'll be someone somewhere who fell for it.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody did.
So
Because
like you said,
the person on the end was quite...
you said that
seemed
you
quite
thought that
genuine.
no one would fall for that, but
I guess so.
people do. Like, because people
Out of 100 people
feel like they've got a real connection with people.
Well, you remember
Not
those...
just
You
super
remember
thirsty.
years ago... you probably still get them, but everyone used to get blanket emails like Dave, the political prisoner, has got 7 million.
Yeah, you're Nigerian.
If you reply,
Nigerian
right. Well, the
princes,
theory behind that was the Metropolitan Police said they generally send out a blanket email of 100,000 of those. They only want one person to reply, and somebody always does.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
There's your answer. 100,000 is when you're looking how many you're sending, isn't that much? And if you're getting one every time, then quid's in, aren't you? You just got to press a button, 100,000 emails, see you later. Of information you've pulled off of whatever data is available from every app that you're on, and that's it. It's simple, really easy. And this is just a more technical version of that Dave the political prisoner story.
And essentially, somebody is making that their job. Because, like you say, you send it to 100 people and one person says, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
£500.
Yeah, like that. And for you, it's gone. And I was like, wow. And like we were saying, these are for people that probably socially won't go out and just walk up to a girl in a bar and be like, can I buy you a drink, love? They just won't
I think
do that.
these days that's less and less common,
I think
especially with the climate as things are. I think people are genuinely afraid they're going to get hauled off by the
yeah, that's
by
just
the
it.
police these
Yeah,
days.
probably. Yeah. But yeah, so it was an entertaining experience, I have to say. More because I'm a bit of a bastard and I like looking at the scary women, because it was just quite funny. But the eyebrows and the nose hair, that was quite interesting at one point. It was like a picture that was... Yeah, it was a picture taken kind of like that. She was like... She had massive eyebrows and the hairiest
like Ming
nose
the
I've ever
Merciless.
seen. So, very Ming the Merciless, yeah.
So, of all the apps, of all the conversations, of all the dates, of all the chats, of all the women asking for money and all the bots, you didn't date anybody.
No.
Wow, that seems like a massive waste of time, though.
Which brings us to this guy.
Yeah, nothing took my...
It does seem backwards that you didn't get one day out of it.
Huh?
I'm sure he could have had one day.
I chatted to... There were a couple of girls I chatted to that I quite liked. But most of them had kids, which I can deal with, obviously. But it was finding the time to meet those people. I was available, but they weren't.
Kids always seem like such a deal breaker.
And then I chat to somebody else, and there were a few people I chatted to. At one point, there were 6 or 7 people I was chatting to, and they were all quite interested, but they all had the same issue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my own kids, let alone someone else.
But that's for me. That was, it wasn't it didn't stipulate in my profile definitely no kids, because obviously I've got a kid of my own, so it would be a bit gay to say that. But if you're not available, that makes it complicated, doesn't it?
Yeah, and again, it's understandable that, single mums will probably spend a lot of time with their kids and probably don't have a lot of free time in all honesty.
Which again is fine.
But Tinder isn't the right place for it.
But yeah, why do it? There are different dating apps for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you see adverts. Like the adverts for dating sites seem to be more prevalent on TV now. Like elite singles.
Elite singles.
Yeah, that's
They're
more
basically
like.
XSAS. And
I think that's one for like that seems to be one that's like sort of garnered to more like young professionals.
Oh, I see.
It's like, you
But
know,
they're all-
city dwellers, if you will.
I bet they're all insufferable.
Probably.
So,
Yes.
talk about some of the dates. How do the dates come about? Obviously, you start a conversation with somebody and eventually.
But his is kind of cheating though, because he knew the girl already.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's the end result.
that's the one that works.
Yeah, that's the one that.
I wanna hear about
that's
the
the one
horrible ones
that
that
actually
didn't
that was
work.
successful.
Oh, okay, right.
So there was I think there was maybe 3, 4 girls that I went on maybe 2 or 3 dates with,
Right.
and then just nothing came.
Did it go quite well until, you opened your mouth?
I think that might have been the problem.
You
Oh,
said-
Sam.
They heard my
You've been
what
right.
they thought was my lovely voice through my soft spoken words that I would send them with my fingers.
Yeah.
You have been riding Paul quite a lot this evening.
I mean that's
Do
probably
keep-
not,
do-
that's probably,
keep
that's
it
probably
up.
not the choice of things to do,
Riding Paul.
given what we're talking about.
What?
Dating and that.
Paul's being ridden.
We're not on the right way.
That's fine.
So,
Yeah.
how does it come about? How do you? Because at some point you presumably do the. I mean, when is it a date and when is it a meet up?
It's a date when you physically have said, "So, would you like to meet?" And they go, "Yeah." And then you agree a time, you agree a place. To me, if it's a member of the opposite sex that you've had no contact with before,
Public place,
it's a date.
coffee.
It's a date. It's not just a meet up. It's a date to me. So that was just a case of got matched, got chatting. Normally chatted for maybe sort of 2-3 weeks, just to set a nice bit of boundaries.
Before going out for a date.
Yeah.
Maybe that was
Really,
my
that's a
problem.
long time.
Maybe that was my problem.
I think it was just because like if I'd have done it
I'm a
any
bit more
earlier,
impatient. Like, yeah, you're right. Cool.
If
So
I
I'm going to
done
come
it
back.
any
I'm going
earlier,
to come back to that.
if I'd done it any earlier, personally, I don't think we'd have had enough to talk about on the date.
Do you not risk getting horribly friend zoned at that point?
Well, that's obviously what happened.
Presumably not through a date.
Alright, okay.
Nobody's there to make friends in a dating app world, surely.
You would think so, but
Yeah, you would think that.
the
But
friend
one of the
zone is
girls
all
that I thought was
encompassing.
going really well with then turned to me and said, "So, how would you feel if we just sort of went forward as friends?" And at that point, I was just like, "Yeah, sounds great." Probably
Never
not
going to
texting
talk to you again.
No, because that's not why we're here.
No,
I would say.
I think I even said that to someone when they said that. I was like, "If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I'm at the age now where I don't feel like I need any more friends."
Do you mind what? I think that's completely fair enough.
Mr. Facebook over
if
there.
you're sort of our age, you've probably mostly got a fairly solidified friend group at that point.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm really sorry, but no, I don't really want.
It's also a
friends
nice
with
way.
you."
It sounds also like basically letting him down nicely. So it's like, it is how it
Yeah.
Yeah.
is. She let you down nice. That's.
Oh yeah.
So, did you have any horror dates?
No, they all went really well.
What's the point?
Chatting.
That is
There was
disappointing.
no like sort of like sat there awkward silence and accidentally like set on fire or something like that.
Oh, damn.
Has that ever happened to one of yours?
Sounds like, why did I?
Has that ever happened to one of yours?
Agreed.
I don't feel comfortable talking about my.
Sounds like, why did I turn up? And I live here. Why did I turn up for this?
On the pod.
No, it's not. It's not fair. But I loved hearing terrible dating stories. But these are all I went on a date. It went okay. So what's the point?
You came to my house for that? Get out.
Yeah, sorry, I can't offer you anything.
I wanted to hear about a girl who just vomited in your face or something,
No.
or turned out to
Certainly
be
not.
just like a dude.
That would have been fantastic.
What?
Perfect banter.
Like Begbie.
Yeah.
I love Paul. So, oh man, if I would have been a bloke, that would have been the best. I would have loved every second of that. That would have been perfect for me.
We could have spoken about football, we could have gone to a game, noshed each other off.
Exactly.
What?
It would have been, football. football, video games, and then mind-blowing anal sex.
The perfect date.
You mean you can't do that with women? Of course you can't. They don't know anything about football.
Ooh. So, jumping back over this side. Now then, one of the things I want to bring up with you is, and I think I will stand by you on this one. One of your, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of your biggest issues was that as the man, you had to do all the chasing, the messaging, and your point was you didn't want to have to do that.
But that is how it is.
But you wanted more of a 50-50. You wanted a message on a morning, how you doing, what you're up to, which I fully agree with.
Yeah, why should I have? Why should I just have to constantly do the
Because
chase?
that's how it works, unfortunately.
Well,
the things that the market is. The thing is, if you think it is a market fundamentally, and all markets are supply and demand at their core, and every cent spent on dick was a bad investment.
What the fuck?
What I mean is that dick is plentiful. So, from a women's perspective, there are a lot more men on there who are a lot more thirsty. So, of course, women don't have to put in the effort. Why would they?
Again,
men
that
have
just
to do the
chase
chasing.
me straight off because I'm not patient enough to be chasing for ages. I'll send you a message, I want to reply.
But that's
I
how
get
the
a reply,
marketplace is.
check
It's
done.
very much a
The
seller's
idea-
market.
I think the idea is, James, is that if you get a match with someone and you get that rapport going, after 3 or 4 days, it won't feel like chasing anymore. It's a case of you'll have had enough conversation where the person
It can
who sent
feel
the
like
last,
you're putting in all the effort
the
into
person who sent the
conversation.
last text from the night before will generally get a reply the following morning.
Everyone's had a conversation
Not
where
always,
it's like
'cause-
pulling teeth where you just
Because
feel like
I
you're
had
putting
some
all the-
conversations
all
with
the
some
line
people that
works.
were okay.
Yeah, I've had
They flowed okay.
Not necessarily just
but-
on dates, just in general.
Yeah.
But generally, I was going back for it, and they were responding. Now, if you weren't interested, then don't respond.
Yeah.
But if I got a response, I'll assume the person's interested, so I keep chatting. But then I was not getting any response, and then there was one girl I spoke to, and then ages later, she was like, "Oh, you don't message me anymore." And I'm like, "Well, I sent you a message like ages ago, and you never replied." "Oh, well, I was busy." I was like, "Well, I assumed you weren't interested." He said, "Oh, I'm interested." I went, "Well, you should have replied then." "So you're interested now? Cool, let's have a chat." And it went on for another couple of days, and the same thing happened, and I was just like, bored now. Thanks, but no.
No,
Like,
I know-
I haven't got
I
the
know what
patience
you
for
mean.
that.
It doesn't
I don't
make
have
sense.
the patience for that. Like, I'm like, if you go into a bar or a nightclub or you go out with somebody and you meet them, you start chatting to them, and they're doing that.
But even in a nightclub
And then later they go,
situation,
"What was that you were saying?"
In a more traditional
Just walk
situation, you're still expected to do the chasing as a man. That's just how things are. There is very few situations, unless you're a very good-looking chap,
But there is borderline between chasing and a conversation.
Yeah.
Chasing, I get.
Yeah, same.
I get the chasing thing.
I have no problem chasing. That's fine. What I have a problem with is having a conversation and not getting a response.
It's all fundamentally the same thing.
And then
though,
when I
whether
do
it's
get a response,
conversation
the
or not.
response is, "Why haven't you said this?"
Yeah.
or "Where have you been?" or like, "Why didn't you reply?" And I'm like, "Well, I did. You just weren't paying attention." "Oh yeah, sorry. I've got 9 other guys I'm talking to, and you're number 9." Like, fuck off.
But that's how it is. The thing is, there are 9 men chasing her and presumably willing to put in the effort. And that's how a lot of women are on dating apps. I think they do have a lot of men they're talking to it simultaneously. Again, it's a seller's market.
Perhaps I'm
It
just
shouldn't
not
be.
geared up
You could
for
say it shouldn't be a market, but that's
Potentially.
nonetheless
I'm
how
just
it
not a
is.
dating app man.
Well, it's just a fancy cattle market, isn't it?
Yeah, fun.
Basically.
And
Or a fanny cattle
Cattle,
market.
definitely.
yeah, wow.
Cattle was definitely
I
there.
thought we were modern men in this.
Sorry, it's a vagina cattle market.
Thank you.
For JJ.
It's a foo cattle
The
market.
faff. The predator's mouth.
Oh no.
Predators.
Oh no, we went back.
Wow.
The butcher's dustbin.
The Bill Poster's bucket, yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
We should put a spoiler alert.
Sorry.
This podcast is not.
This is not suitable for children.
Or anyone, maybe.
It's not suitable for human consumption.
In that regard, I saw something interesting on Twitter the other week where a woman had put.
Said no one ever.
Do you remember when Yorkie had the advertising slogan "Not for girls" and people didn't throw an absolute paddy flap about it because we were all just fucking normal.
Yeah.
How long ago was that though?
1980.
It doesn't feel like that long ago. It feels like, the outrage culture has sort of reached a peak now compared to probably even 5 years ago.
But we were having this conversation earlier that political correctness has nearly reached terminal velocity, and at some point soon, it's going to tip over, and someone's going to go, "We've gone too far." Because we've already gone too far. Political correctness is literally, I want the right to complain about absolutely everything. I want to be offended by everything.
The thing is, you have the right to be offended, but you also have the right to just not listen to that person being offended.
Apparently not.
You have the right to shut the fuck up and just get on with your life. Fuck me. It's just get on with it. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
That's because we're all old.
But I don't.
Is that
I just don't care.
Yeah.
Is that?
I would say there's very much in the same way that me and Paul, I suspect, are considered part of the sort of millennial generation. But realistically,
we're just like
right at the end of it.
Yeah, I was going to say clinging on by our fingertips. I suppose
we can't be. Yeah, when you think about millennials and talking about avocados and all that sort of stuff, it's like we're
making their own avocados.
We're at the point now where we've got more
avocado
in common
toast,
with
boys.
Your Gen Xers than you do which is probably you guys, probably just about fall into Gen X.
Yeah.
But it feels like a very different generation. When you're talking about if you're worried about your mortgage, you're probably at the point where you're no longer into millennial status.
I don't worry about my mortgage. It gets paid, and that's that.
All right, don't brag, mortgage boy.
What him?
Well, both of you.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's
Well,
in terms of responsibilities.
I've only got the hipster in the card.
Hipster Sam.
What him?
Sam the hipster.
I don't like this idea that I'm a hipster.
You're not a
It's kinda
hipster.
weird. You
Not
need
at
a
all.
beard.
You're an alpha hipster.
You need a beard.
You are.
Give it a couple of years and you'll be that guy who, only is known for only ever wearing bowling shoes.
I hope so.
As an image.
To finish up,
Yeah. What did I take away from it?
do you want to talk about any of the other day and
So
age?
there was the goth chick.
Here we go.
There was So the goth chick site was cool. That was awesome.
What was it called?
Sorry.
What was it called?
There's an actual dating website that is just for goth.
Yeah, it's just
there
for
is.
goths.
I think they get super specific.
Yeah, let me
Like,
see what
this is
it's
a dating website for people who want to dress as Pokemon. That sort of thing.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it was
Paul,
goths meet.
if in the
Goths
bedroom
meet
you had
here.
to dress as a
That's what it was
Pokemon,
called.
which would you choose?
So
What?
goths meet here, and it's basically an array of peeps from across
Best Pokemon
the
dress.
steampunk cosplay.
I'm saying if both of you had
Like
to dress as
they were
Pokemon
just
in the
fun people. So
Star.
I don't think you can get paid for this.
bedroom.
Chatted to a lot of cool people.
Perfect. Or you could do a sort of
Probably
a
met
joint
Dracula.
and just go as a gigantic muck.
Bit weird.
Gigantic muck.
Yeah, just basically slime yourselves together and just sort of like.
What the hell are these two talking about?
have no idea, I'm trying to block it
If a girl dressed as Jinx in the bedroom, would you think that was kind of like, that's a bit racist? I'm
No.
not keen.
Because what I do is I just bust out, come back in as Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime. Oh, that's devastatingly erotic.
What is going on?
I have no idea what's happening.
If
Sexual based Pokemon, like.
I was saying,
It doesn't like furries.
yeah, I guess so. I was saying if they had to dress as Pokemon in the bedroom, who would they choose? And he would suggest they should just both dress as muck and just slime together.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely vile, but then it came up to Jinx and Mr. Mime. Right, the thing is, Mr. Mime, imagine a mime. There you go, that's Mr. Mime. It's like, do you want to have sex with a mime? The answer is always, oh, no. That sounds really scary. I'm not sure I'd be able to maintain during that kind of.
Maintain performance, optimum performance.
If it was a
Imagine,
vibe.
like halfway through, you just start to go.
I'm fairly terrified right now. I'd like to point that out. I don't know what's
I
happening.
honestly regret bringing it up.
I really don't know what's happening, but I'm a little scared.
Right, anyway, so back to Goths meet
Yeah,
here.
sorry, I feel like I took away
Yeah.
your.
It's there's no thunder to take away, but it was just very different, very alternate. Like the people on there were a bit more open. The conversations flowed a bit easier until it got to like suicide pacts and shit. Then it got a bit weird.
But didn't you have something?
Suicide pact.
Didn't you have something on the other dating apps where there was some woman going on about being a goth, but was not a goth in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, she.
That was a great one. That was brilliant.
I think that was on Plenty of Fish.
I'm a goth.
So,
all right, yeah. What did you do goth-wise? Nothing.
Yeah, because I put I was into various things, and that cropped up. And when I looked on her profile, firstly the pictures were like pictures of dogs, a landscape, some other random shit, and I was like, I don't know what this person even looks like. But there was all this spiel about how she was into heavy metal and the goth and nah. And so eventually I was like, oh well, you know, what kind of places have you been to? Oh, have you been to Whitby? Because she found it. Nah, I've never been to Whitby. I was like, the Whitby Goth Weekend, like twice a year. Nah, not been there. I was like, okay, well, you know, what kind of music do you into? Oh, I like Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac?
I was like, I'm pretty sure.
It's pretty goth.
I was like,
Not
what sort of goth music are you into? Oh, well, I'm not really into it yet. I'm kind of getting into it. And I was like, oh, okay, right. Well, you know.
Example would be
like any random gothic album, any music at all. And she was just like, no, I'm kind of into 80s as well. I was like, right, okay. And then eventually she put a profile picture up, and she was in like what looked like kit for the races, like a wedding outfit or something. And I was like,
so she's super goth.
Where's your goth clothes? And she's like, oh, I haven't actually bought any yet. And I was like,
strange.
So are you not actually gothic yet? She's like, no, not really. I just would like to be. And I was like,
How
okay.
old was she?
She must have been about 35.
What a strange age to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. So, I mean, I think she's
Definitely
been
cat
divorced
lady.
9 times, but
Cat
some
lady.
random shit.
Crazy
going
cat
on
lady.
like that.
Crazy cat lady.
But yeah, that was kind of weird. That was weird, that one. That was weird.
So
But she was on a different website. She wasn't on the Goth Chick website. She was on. Like,
maybe she should have been. She could have got
Maybe.
some buyers.
She would have got some hits, maybe.
What did you take away from this experience?
Not that much. Luckily, not the clap. So that could have been on the cards. No, I took from this experience that if I was a lonely man, I'd still be lonely and miserable, because I've really just been
So
hit
just
up
don't
by.
bother using dating app, just do something else with your time.
Yeah, I've been hit up by bots and women with 9 kids. A lot
I've
of
heard
rock band members.
Fleetwood Mac.
And the cast of Shrek. Even Eddie from Iron Maiden. Pretty sure he texted me.
What did you take away from the dating app experience?
My lovely girlfriend.
No, I work for Polly, so.
So,
Although she will kill me if she actually had the term girlfriend, because you don't say.
So it has a 50% success rate.
Well, what do you have to
50%.
use?
Well, we don't really say anything. It's just the way it would.
Do you not like
sort of together.
communicate in any way?
There could also be, though.
We both, like, you know, utterly despise each other. So.
I mean,
Right, so you're ready for marriage?
it's worth pointing out.
I mean, that's surely got to be the next thing on the cards.
It's worth pointing out. I'm quite difficult. So, you know, that may.
What do you mean by quite difficult? Do you mean that you choose it? You're quite picky.
Yeah, well, there's certain things I like that, and I don't have much patience either, and so I think a lot of that comes down to it. I'm like, I want this now, and it's not fucking happening. So next. So I think, you know.
and by the sounds of it, you have to put in a bit.
Yeah, you got to put the effort in by the sounds of it, and I didn't really do that. So it's probably my own
So
fault.
maybe-
Everyone has to put in a lot of work.
Maybe
Are you still
it's not the
on?
market for you.
Maybe not.
Are you still on?
Fuck no. Because they're a waste of my time. I mean, I went on to like a bondage one.
Is that like FetLife or something?
Yeah, and put like,
Yeah,
and
like-
obviously added I'm a massive
Knew it
fan,
off by
and
heart.
somebody asked me what the fuck does that
Why do
mean?
I know.
So I'm like, this is already starting off really badly. So, yeah. I mean, there were some interesting creatures on there too. But
Creature. matches.
Yeah. Some potentials, but the problem with that is that you couldn't really narrow it down to where you are, so you kind of could narrow it more down to north or south, and then it was by country. So
wow, that's really vague.
Yeah. There were a lot of Americans on there.
Hi, come and get me. I'm on the island.
Yeah. So that kind of. I mean, it was. Yeah, but it was that. It was like. Oh yeah, this is really great. Where are you, Mississippi? Whoa, is that like Mississippi in the south of
I'll
England somewhere?
set off now then, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just pack my donkey and let's go. But so which was
the donkey is the.
it's certainly. I mean, you can narrow it down, but then the criteria is very limited. It's a very niche
I'll
market.
put a hole in the floor.
So yeah.
Well, Paul had some success. That's at least somewhat.
So at this point in time,
I said it's got a 50%.
it's a 50% success
It's a
rate.
50%.
It worked for me eventually, but that was after a number of years of
Yeah, I tried it
trying.
for a few months, and that was kind of like June.
To be honest, it was kind of that.
September or May.
It was kind
September.
of that thing of I'd sort of given up towards the end.
Well, it's that principle, isn't it? The moment,
As soon as you stop looking,
the moment
for
you
something,
stop looking, you
I
find what you're
confirm
looking
this
for.
isn't true.
Well, that just means you haven't stopped looking.
Yeah.
Definitely have.
No, because you would have found it.
I mean, it was entertaining. I chatted to a few nice girls on there, which was kind of cool.
It was an experiment.
It was an experiment, and that's what I'll put it down to.
One of my mates just enjoys doing, because I think he still does it now, and he just enjoys like flicking through to sort of like just basically check out the tits.
Which I can absolutely understand.
It's like she's definitely fake, but well, as are they. But you know.
Yeah, I think the Tinder is definitely more interesting for that.
Yeah.
I think if you want to go out on a Saturday
If
night...
you enjoyed that, you want to get yourself on Grindr.
No, I don't.
It was a fantastic one.
No, I don't.
Brian,
enjoy
you
it.
say, let me have a look.
How's that spelled? G.
Wow. Because you think I learned nothing while experimenting with all these apps. Like, what's Grindr? Whoa! Maybe not this one.
She's really nice looking, but you know the massive penis puts me off.
So interestingly, actually, some of the fucking monsters that contacted me, Grindr did seem like a better option. So,
Right, I was just going to say that. Do you reckon it's possible for girls to get on Grindr?
well, what I wanted to do was I wanted to create a
That seems-
female profile
That seems counterproductive.
and see what kind of
Paul.
guys contacted me
Well, don't
as
girls,
a woman.
don't girls go to like
I
gay
wanted to see what
clubs
kind of
'cause they don't
horrors
want to get hit on by
contact fit
guys
girls.
and then still try and pick up
If you're a
guys.
fit girl, what do you get?
I'm sure I've heard that before.
That's the
That
next
doesn't
experiment.
seem like it would work.
Be a bird.
Some, yeah,
But
you'll
I feel I'm praying
You'll get
in this
some that are
That's the thing.
confused.
But why would you?
That's a thing.
why
That's a
would you
big
go to-
thing.
What?
Some girls like the challenge, I think, of trying to turn a guy.
Right, that's a thing as well. We used to go to gay clubs because they had the best fucking music.
Yeah, that's always the
I
thing.
bet they do. Yeah.
I would say I
They're
wouldn't,
they're
I wouldn't
fucking
be
banging
Best
tunes.
trance tracks.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be adverse to going to a gay club.
they're the
I
best.
really
I
wouldn't.
can
I really
go
wouldn't
down that
be
for a
bothered.
second, Bob.
I honestly wouldn't be bothered by it.
Paul,
I would say you might enjoy it.
We already established the old football thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Mind-blowing anal sex.
Ravenous anal sex, yes.
Ravenous.
Wow! It's gone up from mind-blowing. now it's-
hungry anal sex.
Can we not use the term hungry anal? I think, can we ban that?
Edit it out.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut.
Voracious arsehole. That's no.
This is what happens when
I love how he tries to ban something and then makes it worse as well before banning it. It's like, oh, I don't think we should use that, but while we are using it, let's make it worse than it was.
Too right.
I have to just edit this part out so I don't have to, fend my ears.
You never even listen to it anyway.
Oh God, no, of course I don't.
Colin was listening to the Zombie Cast earlier.
It was
Do you know why Colin was listening to it earlier on?
because he's going to be
I
on.
bumped into him at the toilet at work. He was like, "Is that podcast thing you were talking about last night? Is that legit? What do you mean? Have you actually recorded it yet?" Yes, we've been doing it for about 6 months, Colin. Oh, really? Can you send me the link? Yes, I'll show you the link.
He doesn't speak like that. I feel like we have to say that's the audience.
That is
All
true. Colin
right, can you
sounds
send us
nothing
the
like
link?
That's better than the slightest.
He's a boy, he's from Birmingham.
He doesn't sound right.
He doesn't sound.
He doesn't sound
He's
like a
very
big
short,
grinder.
man.
Wow.
He's really short.
Paul just
Just slagging off the
yeah,
viewers.
just like
Slagging
out
off the viewers.
If
I'm
you're
like,
listening,
excited. Colin's
if you're
listening
listening,
to the podcast.
Carl,
We've got an extra subscriber. And Paul's just dissed him straight off the bat.
No. What you want is somebody to appear on the podcast as a lovely guest and spend 65% of the time talking about their mate's podcast, how it's so much better than your podcast. And
Incorrect. Not once did I say it was a better podcast.
Is that what he did?
Literally walking advertisement for someone else's
Who
podcast.
did this?
Him last night, turn up a man.
You do
Oh, let me tell you about this
It's still
podcast
weird.
that I've been listening to that's really good.
You do realise
Hey.
the idea
Can you throw him
of...
out the window?
Excuse me.
You can open the doors first.
First rule of
There's a fight.
podcasting.
Never talk about
Podcasting
that.
is a brotherhood. And therefore, if you get other people...
brotherhood,
If you
it's
get
a
people
vicious
interested in other
market.
people's podcasts...
Cut
It is a
through
vicious
pirates.
market, yeah. It totally is.
It's all about growing the spectrum.
You're honest.
Autistic spectrum. I think we've got that covered.
Yeah.
Spectrums are well out.
As we are now no longer
Spectrum.
talking about data, has anybody got anything left to say about dating apps?
Yes, do worry. The best one to go for, as we said right at the start, Bumble.
That's the one that interested me, and I don't.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. Sorry.
You need to get that. Try that one.
I don't want to.
But that one puts all of the sort of... I can't think of the word.
Because after this podcast, if any woman ever sees it, they're going to think I'm a prime cunt, so I'm definitely getting any hits now, aren't I?
Is that
No one's a
Amazon?
dating app is going to know you from a podcast.
Prime, Amazon Prime cunt.
And honestly, if a lady
They'll be
has
like, is that guy from the video who was like really choosy and a bit of an arse? Yeah, that's it.
to be honest,
Yeah.
Jay, if you've got someone who's listened to these podcasts, go for it, man. That's like a great plan. She's obviously, if she stuck around and thought, oh, listen to these fucking arse. Hour and a half or however.
That is very true. Yeah, he does have a point there.
Sadly, yes.
I
yes,
resemble
it
that
does.
insult.
Resemble it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bumble, best one, works exactly the same as Tinder, but the woman has to make the first move.
And personally, I think that sounds
Yeah, it's quite cool.
perfect.
That does sound entertaining, I have to say. And
'Cause
that would.
I very much fell into your camp with it. I was like, if I was, once you start moving away from the dating app, because presumably it wasn't all these messages weren't done through the app. Presumably,
some
once
went-
it switched to text,
Yeah, some went on to what. There was
that's
few
a
that went on.
conversation.
Yeah, quite a few went on to WhatsApp. So
And once it's a conversation,
that was
it
kind of
should
clear.
not be one-sided.
It still
Simple.
felt very one-sided.
Well, that's me, and you know,
So,
that's,
but
that's what
again, like I said, it could be the fact that I'm a bit impatient. I'm quite particular.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
So yeah, that's it. If you lovely listeners, watchers, and all of that kind of people are interested in getting involved with dating apps,
Go to Paul because he's got
Big Paul,
100%
he's got a
success
lot
rate.
of, he's got a lot of.
I'll tell you one of the best lines.
Lines.
Coke lines.
I was going to
I was going to
say.
say, it's going to end up being cocaine.
The most successful chat line in history is, "Hi, what's your name? Can I buy you a drink?"
No, we all know it's, can you just smell this rag for me?
And on that note,
Jesus.
So there you go. What do you think to that? Dating apps, are they the future? Who knows? So yeah, jump over to thecookiecast.com, give us a shout, tell us what you're up to. For you YouTubers, jump on and chuck us a comment. I've had a couple of comments on some of the recent YouTube videos, all positive, which is great to see. So yeah, I'm loving that. So more comments, please, people. Yeah. So. What do you think to this one? Was it a good one? Would you like to see more of this sort of content? Let us know. As I've mentioned at various points in time, stay tuned because we're going to do a Cookiecast podcast competition soon. There'll be the opportunity to win a prize. Yeah. Here's an idea. Why don't you give us an idea what prize you might want to see, because we're struggling with the prize at the moment. There's been a few ideas banded around, but nothing has stuck. So give us a shout, tell us what prize you'd like to see for our upcoming Cookiecast competition. So yeah, cool. Until next time, bye bye.